Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. I hope this video finds you all doing well. It's my second video of the day. I'm pumped, I'm amped because we have Morton, the bait god, back on the channel. You can see Morton. What do I have to... Look at this. 846,000 challenge cards won. Are you kidding me? He's not just a challenge beast, ladies and gentlemen. He also had 3 accounts in Ultimate Champions League. I'm not sure if it was last season or the season before. Either way, he's an absolute stud. This is his new favorite bait deck. Just had to share it with you guys, right? It's so strong. He messaged me saying, you know, you like the new bait? You like the new bait? And let me tell you, this is very similar to the deck that I shared with the Giant Skeleton. It didn't have Bandit in it, but it did. I think it had like everything else. Not Dark Prince either, but very similar to all the other cards. It has all 3 of the Goblin cards, Goblin Barrel, Goblin Gang, and Spirit Goblins. Well, 3 out of many, I guess. 3 out of what, 5? 4? 6? Dark Goblin, Goblin Gang, Goblin Barrel, Goblin Hut, Spear Goblins, and Goblins, right? I think that's everything. I don't know. Is there a Giant Goblin out there that I'm forgetting about? New card, leaked. Crap. Gonna end the video. Okay, so we're into... Sorry, guys. Getting derailed really early here. I'm amped because I saw the Barbarian Barrel video today. Welcome to the arena. Kind of salty that it wasn't a welcome to the arena Ice Wizard that I'm still waiting for patiently. But I'll give my thoughts later on in this video about the Barbarian Barrel. Let's talk about this deck for a little bit before we get too derailed in today's episode. Okay, so we almost finished off that Mega Minion there. We're going to go against this this Hunter Giant deck. I was going to say Goizen. It's not Goizen. It's Guy Ball. Giant Fireball. Anybody? Anybody? Anyway, so the Guy Ball deck, the Guy Ball, that sounds really weird. Yeah, I'm playing Guy Ball tonight, guys. What are you running? Anyway, sorry, guys. So this deck has Hunter in it. I don't know why I'm really cracking myself up with Guy Ball. This Hunter deck is an interesting, popular deck, especially on ladder. It's being played here in Challenge. But the thing about this deck is, and you can see we get a lot of damage just with that Bandit Goblin Barrel push. It's a really quick attack there on the left tower, and it causes your opponent to have to react incredibly quickly in order to defend it well, right? And we got that tower down to, you know, less than half HP, so perfect, big, monumental push in this match from Morton there. And, you know, the thing with this deck that he's playing against, we're not going to say that name again, is it has the Hunter in it. What do you guys think of Hunter? I still feel like Hunter is kind of underwhelming. A lot of pros, especially on ladder, do use Hunter, so I can't knock him too hard. But I just feel, as a noob myself, I feel like Executioner is way better, same rarity, 1 more elixir. His axe goes through things and Hunter's doesn't. However, at point blank range, there's no doubt about it, Hunter can be lethal. Now you saw, basically with just adept defense there, Morton was able to defend his right tower, mitigate any big damage there on that big giant Mega Minion push, and he did activate his King Tower too, which will help him out the rest of the match with the NATO. You're gonna see he often uses unorthodox King activation troops. You'll see one on Dark Prince in the next replay or the replay after that, either way. So just play a little smart defense here. You don't want to overcommit too early, just like with every other bait deck. You want to identify if they have log early on, just like every other bait deck. Princess would be the ideal first play behind the King Tower. You can also shoot out a Goblin Barrel in the safe zone if you want to as your first play, or you can play Spear Goblins at the bridge. Because you have Spear Goblins, Goblin Barrel, and Goblin Gang, and Princess, 4 kind of log baity cards, you can get really creative with how aggressive you're going to be. And against some matchups, you're going to be super aggressive with this deck. Oftentimes, you'll see Morton plays the Goblin Barrel and plays Goblin Gang, even when he knows the opponent has log in hand. It's really next level bait when you have all 3 of those cards: Spirit Goblins, Goblin Gang, Goblin Barrel. So here we go. Let's go against One Hard. One Hard is playing it's still my favorite Golem deck. I hate to say it. I found a new one that I really like, though, that I will bring you guys maybe Saturday. We'll see. Saturday or Sunday. Anyway, this Golem deck, though, is still one of my faves. It's just so easy to play. Even if you lose a tower, which you're going to see happen right there. Of course, Morton trying to punish his opponent as soon as you drop that pump there. Even if you lose a tower, you can recover with this deck and get 1 monster push. Hell, even if you lose 2 towers, you'll still be okay playing this deck. It's a really, really strong deck, this Golem deck, that is. And you can see right there, look at this. Freeze frame. The Bandit and the Goblin Barrel in the pocket is one of Morton's favorite plays in this deck. We saw in the last replay Bandit at the bridge with the Goblin Barrel. If you know they don't have a great counter in hand, again, getting the opponent to react really quickly like that, especially if they drop a big fat golem like that. They only have 2 elixir. How are they going to defend against a bandit and a goblin barrel? Now, this push, we're going to lose our left tower. Spoiler alert, guys, we're going to lose our left tower, but that's going to happen when you go against a really heavy deck like this. So what you want to do is try to mitigate the damage and try to strike early after they drop their big tank, like you saw Morten do with a bandit and goblin barrel, okay? So you can see Mega Min's going to finish off this left tower, and we were able to defend pretty well given the circumstances. This is not like we took any damage to our king tower there, and again, we go right back to the bandit and the goblin barrel move. Now, all we need is 2 logs, and that left tower is down. So with 45 seconds left here, it's not a gimme by any stretch of the imagination, right? Because think about it, all they have to do, oh, there it is, right? All they have to do is drop that big golem, and then we could be in trouble. So what Morten's going to do here is he's going to send that golem to the king tower. He wants to keep that golem away from his low health princess tower and try to pick up this victory. So here we go. We're going to play Goblin Gang. Goblin Gang against the Dark Prince. Never a great idea, but it's something that with this deck you're going to have to get creative in certain circumstances against these heavier charging splash damage cards. You have to use something, and you have 3 goblins in the deck. You can see a defensive goblin barrel really sealed the deal, preventing that prince from stabbing that right princess tower. Anyway, between Jai Balls and princess stabbing princesses, I don't know if this video is going to be flagged for monetization from YouTube. So this is against the hog deck that I just shared last night, guys. This is the new meta hog deck that all the pros seem to be playing right now. Me personally, let me just be transparent. I sucked at this deck. I preferred 2.6 hog cycle. However, I got to share what other people are having success with. I don't know how you guys are doing it with it from yesterday's video, but either way, you're going to see Morten go against it here. He opens up with a goblin barrel there, of course, not having princess in hand, and then he stays aggressive with the spear goblins. This is something you can do at the beginning of the match. If they log your goblin barrel, you can just put pressure on the bridge, right? See if they have anything else to counter. If they answer your spear goblins with a zap, if they have log and zap or something, you can go ahead and send in a goblin gang in the bridge. See how they deal with that, right? So I do want to take a moment, as you can see here, with the bandit and the just another bandit pressure move at the bridge there from Morten. And this is the matchup I was talking about, where you're going to see he's going to execute a lot of aggressive plays on low elixir, preventing the opponent from doing what they want to do in this match. Before we get to the rest of the replay here, in a minute, I'll give my quick thoughts on Goblin Barrel. Well, in the next minute. So, Goblin Barrel. Sorry, Barbarian Barrel. So I saw the Enter the Arena video today, and I gotta say, before the Enter the Arena video, I thought it was going to be the worst card that I've seen ever released in Clash Royale, maybe next to Heal. I was down on it because just like everybody else, I thought, you know, it's like a log. I'd rather have a log at 2 elixir than a Barbarian Barrel at 3. However, man, that Enter the Arena video, it made it look like that should be a legendary card, man. It made that card look really good, you know? And of course they should do that because they're trying to highlight and get people pumped up for their new card, but it was like all the perfect scenarios, and I gotta be honest, I fell for it. I was a sucker, ladies and gentlemen. I was like, whoa, this is a good card here. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the new Ash will be right or the old Ash will be right. And look at that. 1 minute, and that's my opinions on Barbarian Barrel. I don't know. I thought it was going to suck. Now I'm not so sure after seeing that video, which made it look pretty good. So here we go. The opponent this time does have log, but you can see that even though they have log here, we're able to kind of work around the log just fine. And Morten does send in the log sometimes. You know, 40 seconds left in the match here, and we're just activating the King Tower with the Tornado because the opponent hasn't really had a chance to get some big offensive pushes going with the Hog because we've been so incredibly aggressive with the Goblin Barrel this entire match. If not the Goblin Barrel with the Spirit Goblins or the Goblin Gang or whatever, you know? So now only 15 seconds left or so in this match, and we're just going to keep defending and spamming and spamming and spamming. So we force this time the opponent to use a Fireball against a Goblin Barrel, usually a good sign if you're a bait player, and now we're into overtime here with 730 damage left. Now, of course, we don't have Rocket in this deck. We don't have a big spell in this deck. So, oftentimes, these matches, you gotta play for the long haul. Don't be afraid, if you're on ladder, to use the entire full minute of overtime, or if you're in challenges, to use the entire 3 minutes of tournament or challenge play. This is one of those decks that you're gonna need to keep your aggression high against a matchup like this, and be prepared to use all the time allotted to you by the game, right? Just make sure you defend well, and you can see Morton's defending very well here. He's barely taken any damage to his right tower there, and he catches that flying machine really, really well there. This is, I think, going to be the final push, maybe. Look at this. He puts the defender in a very in an awkward situation there with the juke barrel, but he does pretty well. The defender defends pretty well there, but look at that. I would have logged if I was the opponent there, but he didn't end up doing so. He logs now, which he's still got a great log value, but now he has no log left in hand, and that's going to be GG, even though he has the fireball. The log was coming in tow, takes down that right tower. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch a matchup against Bridge Spam for the 12 win for you guys. So this was the 12 win in this challenge. This deck also works well on ladder. Crap, I should have said this at the beginning of the episode. Darn it, Ash. So if you don't have Bandit, you can sub in, it's an interesting sub. You can sub in the classic Knight and keep the elixir cost the same. You take on a little bit less of a spammy kind of methodology in this deck, and you substitute it for a more robust defensive unit. You can also be creative in subbing Battle Ram if you want to retain that kind of pressure and in spammy type unit in the game. If you want to get super crazy on ladder, you can sub in the Hog Rider and make it like a hog bait deck for the Bandit if you don't have her. So just some options for you guys, but certainly use what works best for you. Morton's a big fan of Bandit in this deck, and I am too. So here we go. Morton's going to go ahead and answer that Dark Prince with, or actually send in a Dark Prince. The opponent, Subliu, is going to go ahead and answer with another Dark Prince of his own. Again, he's going against really the original Bridge Spam Vietnam deck right now on the bottom. This is the deck that absolutely dominated for you. For those of you who don't know, it was first introduced in CR Worlds. Crap, I forgot the player who first used it. I forgot his name. It was some Vietnamese player anyway, and then the whole Vietnamese team took on this deck and dominated with it, and that was in CR World Season 1 last season, and we talked about using unorthodox troops to activate the King Tower. Make sure you guys know you can activate the King Tower with an Ewiz, with a Dark Prince, with a Knight, with a Mega Knight, with a lot of different cards, and you just saw Morton do it against the Dark Prince right there. So now he did a good job kind of working around that Inferno Dragon, and he has both of the opponent's towers relatively low, but this is going to be a very close match here. I'm not sure if he went 12-0 in this challenge, or if he took a loss at some point. He actually didn't let me know. So it's impossible to tell if this is a do or die situation for Morton or the opponent, obviously. But either way, he handles it pretty well here. So at this point, he's going to play some defense. And look at the opponent. The opponent has much more elixir right now than Morton does. So Morton's always going to kind of juggle between being super aggressive and letting the opponent, having enough elixir, to defend the opponent in both lanes. And you can see a Battle Ram coming on the left lane. You can just tell that Subliu was waiting for that Battle Ram, that opportunity to use the Battle Ram, and he did, but we defended it pretty well. Now we stack the left side of the left lane, with the Bandit and the Spirit Goblins, and we make the opponent kind of commit to defending against the Bandit and the Spirit Goblins. Then we hit with a Goblin Barrel in the opposite lane. We have that Dark Prince just ready in the nick of time to defend against that Bandit, and now the other Dark Prince of the opponent. We use a log, and then we use a Bandit to stop that Dark Prince, and that's what really clenches this victory for Morton there. Ooh, it was close at the end, but a Zap's just not going to get it done against that final Goblin Barrel on the right, and there it is. Morton the Bait God taking the reins from Adam. I feel like, at least, I don't know. I mean, no one's as decorated a bait player, non-competitively, but certainly on ladder and in challenges than Morton. He's creeping up on 1 million challenge cards. Are you kidding me? Check out Morton's player profile in the description below on Stats Royale, my new partner on the YouTube channel, and also a huge shout out to my old-time and classic good friend and YouTube partner, Bren Chong. Check out his information as well. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.